Today I'm going to be showing you a couple of different ways to spruce up your laundry room. For this first one, it's a DIY curtain rod. Doesn't have to live in your laundry room exactly, but you'll need a wooden dowel, some curtain rings that are going to be bigger than the wooden dowel so they can slide on top of them easily, and then some ceiling hooks, which I've linked down below for you, where the dowel can also slide in easily. So both the ring and the actual holder need to be a little bit bigger than the dowel of your choice. When installing it, you will slide the rings over the wooden dowel and then the wooden dowel into the actual holder that will be attached to the wall of your choosing. And I couldn't show you how I installed this because it was a really weird angle. I couldn't get it exactly right. So basically you just install that of the window of your choice. And I'm using the ring clips because I want to give it a different feel for the space, but you can just slide the curtain on directly to the pole if you want to. I had a really weird window treatment before, so this opens up the space and makes the room look taller than it actually is. A second way to spruce up your laundry room is changing out the lighting fixtures. I actually replaced my fluorescent lights with these pendant lights by Globe Electric, who were kind enough to send both of these to me and the bulbs I'm putting into them. These were a bit too long for the space, so I went ahead and pulled the cord through. It's actually fairly easy, and then kind of just stripped the wires and DIY'd the electrical so I can make that lighting fixture work for my space. I just had to shorten it a ton. I will be using Globe Electric's Labo bulb, which I've linked down below for you as well, and I'm just going to install the light fixture since I know how to. If you do not, get someone that does or hire an electrician, but I've done this once or twice before. It makes the world of difference. My third way to spruce up your laundry room is actually adding decor onto the walls, and I showed you how to make these guys in a previous tutorial, so I'm not gonna like hash this over again. But my fourth tip is to add an interesting drying rack, and I'm gonna show you how to do that with some pipe and flange, which is similar to the pipe and flange shelves I made for Paul's office makeover. I'm going to be installing the drying rack right underneath this wall decor, and for this you will need two 90-degree elbows, one T, 3 shorter pieces depending on your space, and 3 wall mounts, then 2 longer pieces. For me, I'm going to do 2 24-inch pieces. How I have these guys laid out is how I'm going to be connecting them. So it's basically a wall mount, a shorter piece, then either an elbow or a T, and you're just going to screw those until they're completely tight and secure. Now add your 24-inch pieces in between the elbow and the T, and you got yourself a pipe and flange drying rack. You can customize this to work for any length of space, but just make sure you're adding T's in between to ensure it's not sagging or pulling in the middle of your wall. I'm going to be using some drywall anchors, screws, and a level and a power drill to install this directly underneath those DIY signs that I showed you before. I held up the drying rack and kind of eyeballed where I wanted the middle and traced the opening on the wall mount to the actual drywall to have a guideline, and then shimmied the level across it and did the same on the other wall mounts. That way I could take the pipe and flange down, drill in directly to my holes and insert the drywall anchors, and then when I go to put the pipe and flange back up, it's already aligned, good to go, and it's secured once you screw it in. I'll show you where I stored these hangers in my laundry room makeover, but until then you can just take out hangers, hang them up on the pipe when you need them, and then put them away so it looks clean and fresh when you are not utilizing the drying rack. This next DIY is definitely not necessary, but it is aesthetically pleasing. I ordered this amber glassware off of Amazon. I've linked it down below for you, along with this label maker, and went ahead and transferred all of my laundry stuff into these bottles. So I made labels by just adjusting the letters of which I needed, and then just pressing down on that lever until I get the word and cutting it out. I peeled back the sticky part and just placed it directly onto the glassware that I purchased. Yes, this may be necessary if you DIY your own laundry detergent or softener or stain remover. That would actually come in handy. But now all you have to do is just transfer all your products to these bottles by using a funnel, which I was clearly not good at in the slightest. Once I had those all bottled up, I put out a tray by Home Depot. Again, I've linked it down below for you, and I placed it on my folding station that I also just DIY'd on Wednesday for you guys, and kind of hosted all of those items right there to make a little moment. Last but not least, super random and again unnecessary, but I like to hide items that you typically see in a laundry room. So I found this little wicker basket at an Orchard supply store. I just flipped it upside down so the bottom was facing up and cut a little tissue hole essentially, and then shimmied my dryer sheets into that wicker basket and pulled it through the top to create a more aesthetically pleasing dryer sheet dispenser. These are just a few tips and tricks that I personally used in my laundry room makeover, which I cannot wait to show you. I know I've been leading up to it for a while, but I'm a one-woman show and this makeover has taken me a month to do by myself, filming and the whole shebang. So I hope you enjoyed this. Catch the laundry room makeover in early August, but I will catch you Wednesday for another DIY.